Sohei is a slow, soft-hitting heavy hero that has some solid tools to control a lot of space around him. His unique soul system gives him a high damage ability that can swing almost any situation into your favor. These souls can also be used defensively to increase his survivability substantially. In this video I will give you an in-depth guide on how to utilize his kit while trying to counteract his glaring weaknesses. I will be focusing on 4 main topics throughout this video. These 4 topics are: how to use his kit, followed by gaining souls. After that I will be talking about how to utilize his souls. And lastly, which feats and perks you should use. Alright, let's kick things off with the first topic. How to use his kit. Or in other words, how you can dish out more damage than you're taking. So, during my short playtime as Sohei, I've noticed the importance of using his zone attack to start a fight. The frame data of his neutral heavy backs this up. His neutral heavies give you enough time to drink a cup of coffee, go for a walk, graduate, start a family, just to come back in time in order to parry the heavy. His zone attack is just marginally faster than his neutral heavies, but his zone attack comes with 2 major benefits. The first benefit is being able to combo into either a light or a heavy finisher. The second, less obvious benefit is the amount of guard break vulnerability the zone attack has. Or, to put it into a simpler term, at which point during your animation you can no longer be guard broken. I got loads of clips of people bumping off my zone attack with their guard break. I'll show you a few so you guys can better visualize what I'm actually talking about. Also worth mentioning is due to the fast animation speed, the zone attack can be fainted earlier than the heavy, meaning your guard recovery is way faster, leaving you substantially less exposed when you gank. But just throwing out zone attacks like a 7-foot Beyblade is not going to be enough in order for you to win a fight. Something that works wonders for your offense is going for a bash and a blocked light attack. After successfully blocking a light attack from your opponent, your frame advantage is so high that you cannot be interrupted during your front step bash attack, meaning your opponent has to react to your bash. This only works on heroes who do not have enhanced lights, meaning their light attacks bump off your guard if you block them. Keep in mind who your opponent is and react accordingly. If this front step connects, this will give you the opportunity to flow into a combo heavy finisher, creating even more pressure. If you cannot break through your opponent's defenses, I'd advise that you wait for a light attack to block and go for exactly this mix-up. So, next up, let's talk about controlling space. Being able to control space and therefore controlling multiple opponents is a vital part in Dominion matches. Using a combination of target switched sidestep heavies and zone attacks is a great way to tag multiple people around you during a fight. Sohei's zone attack and heavy sidestep are basically just a giant middle finger to anyone standing in an 180-degree cone in front of him. Just be careful when you fight against a hero with a full block stance like Kyoshin, since you can and you will tap in an accident. Now let's talk about how you can utilize the unique abilities of his combo heavy finishers. His combo finisher from the left side will always deal bleeding damage, and his combo finisher from the right side will always shortly pin your opponent. Utilize the right heavy attack in order to pin your opponent during a gank and confirm even more damage for your team. Use the left heavy in order to deal bleed damage to somebody who is in revenge. The bleed damage will stack over their revenge bar and deal normal damage as soon as revenge runs out. That's the end of the first topic. Let's jump straight to the second one. Gaining souls, or in other words, how to cosplay as a human chandelier. If you're taking away just one thing from this video, it should be the following. No matter the situation, no matter how many enemies, no matter where on the map you are, the most important thing is to memorize which souls you actually have and which ones you're missing. If you don't gain all the souls and then utilize them, you basically just handicap yourself by playing a character that hits like a fucking wet noodle. But no, let's be honest for a second. If this 7-foot warrior monk picked up a random stick off the ground and started beating people over the head with that thing, he would deal more damage than with his actual weapon. I came up with a little system that helps me memorize which souls I'm missing and which ones I currently have. I use the numbers 1 to 3 in order to memorize which light finishers I've already done. And for the heavy finishers, I use directions like left, up or right. I count these out loud, so it's not untypical for me to be in a voice call and chant like a shaman in the back. Yeah, okay, I got 1. Yeah, 3 is up. Yeah, okay, I just need 2 and up. But if I can confess something, I also start screaming when he does the 7 soul strike, you know, I mean, this move. Yeah, if he does that move, I also scream at the top of my lungs. But let's get back on track, shall we? Let's say you caught your opponent in the mix-up and he fell for your feint into guard break. What should you do? You should basically always go for the triple heavy on guard break. It is way easier to gain those light combo finishers during the chaos of a match than it is to gain those heavy finishers. Let's change the scenario real quick. Let's say you didn't get a guard break on your opponent, but you parried him. What should you do now? If you parry the first heavy while not having any souls up, I would always go for the left or the right light parry follow-up. If you parry your first light, I would always go for the top heavy unblockable, since it is the slowest and will be the hardest to gain during a skirmish. I know it sounds logical, but Sohei's soul system is so unique that I still like to mention it. Grinding up your souls on an opponent with revenge is a good idea if you can wager the risk. Usually players just stand and block next to an opponent in revenge, but with Sohei, you can turn their revenge into your advantage. A fast but risky way to gain a lot of souls is by going for the heavy unblockable on a heavy parry. Although this move is not guaranteed, it can lead to a guard break which gives you all 3 heavy souls, meaning you're on a good way to gain that senkai. Of course, you can also use this tactic during a gank in order to bait out a parry from your opponent, leaving them wide open for follow-ups from you and your team. The last thing I want to talk about for this topic is that it is possible for somebody to actually hit into your guard break heavy combo without removing them from the animation. And with that, I want to talk about the last gameplay specific topic, utilizing his souls. Or in other words, use your damn senkai. Let's start the segment off with a little example. During this fight, I gain all 6 of my souls. But my HP is so low that I basically crawled out of that fight on all 4s. And that friendly warden smacking the shit out of me clearly didn't do me any favors. You can see me hesitating here for a second, contemplating if I should even go on the zone. This is a prime example of when to use his 6 soul strike. Yes, it is a 2v1 and we could have most likely won this without either of us dying, but I'm just simply not taking that risk. Dying with 6 souls is the worst thing that can happen to you as a Sohei. It not only deals emotional damage to you, it also means that you only use the worst part of Sohei. Slow, soft-hitting attacks that simply lack the stamina efficiency to keep the ball rolling. There are some scenarios where Sohei can really spiral out of control and gain an insane amount of momentum out of nowhere. This clip shows exactly that. Just from this one guy, I'm able to gain all 6 of my souls. Due to my low health and the fact that our team still hasn't captured this zone yet, I use all of my souls to remove this poor soul who didn't even stand a chance against all 3 of us from the game. If you're using Soul Sufa as a second feat, which you should absolutely be using, you need to remember one important thing. The animation is not instant, meaning you will have to complete the animation in order to gain your life. If you die during the animation, all of your souls are gone. What I mean by that is, you cannot simply just heal yourself while somebody's wailing down on you. You will have to wait for them to either stop attacking, parry one of their attacks, or block a light attack in order to guarantee that the feat will work. Let's look at this clip as an example. If I would have used my second feat now, I would have died. The animation is simply too slow, so I have to either hope he feints his heavy attack or parry his attack and then use this brief window for me to heal myself. using his third feat, Ancillary Might.
Ancillary Might.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gives you a passive damage buff as long as you have all 6 souls up. This is a 25% damage up, which means you will actually deal some serious damage as Sohei. But just because you have this feat up doesn't mean you shouldn't use your 7th soul strike or your second feat. If you die with all of your souls, you still lost everything. What you can also see in this clip is, when I get this guard break, I do not simply just go for the zone attack to deal damage. I opt to go for the triple heavy in order to get my new senkai sooner. I would have already had all 6 souls again if this Sohei respected the senkai again. If you want to min-max your Sohei gameplay, you should learn the timing when you should do a bash attack on a wall splat. And you should learn the timing on when to do a bash attack on wake up in order to guarantee the 7th soul strike. In order to guarantee the 7th soul strike of the wall splat, you have to hit him with the bash just as he recovers his guard. The timing on wake up is the exact same. You just need to hit him when his guard fully recovers. Oh yeah, there's actually one more thing I want to throw in here. Yeah, when you have his 3rd feat up, you should not underestimate how much damage he actually deals. Add in any debuff and you basically kill anything in this game. And now to the final topic, perks and feats. Or in other words, the worst for last. Feats 1, 2 and 4 are basically undisputed. If you're using anything else but Eye of the Demon as his first feat, you're doing something seriously wrong. Eye of the Demon allows him to even the playing field. If you attack a target under the influence of this feat, it basically negates your low damage. Soul Soother is a must-have because his 7th soul strike takes ages to finish and cannot be used in anti-gank situations. Soul Waker is a free way to gain full senkai. Since Sohei as a hero revolves around these souls, this feat is an absolute must-have. Use it when you spawn, use it in a pinch, whatever you do, use this feat. You can argue about what his best 3rd feat is. For me personally, it is Ancillary Might. But there is also an argument to be made that Tough as Nails would be a good 3rd feat, which it undeniably is. Since Sohei sadly doesn't have any defensive perks, these 3 perks are by far the best combination you can get with him. Endurance makes it so stamina is no longer that big of a problem. A Headhunter with full stacks only adds 16 health. The difference that health can make in a pinch is unimaginable. And for his last perk, Devourer is the only one that doesn't suck absolute ass. All of the other ones, either you can't unlock them or they just suck. Thank you for watching this video till the end. I appreciate you a lot. I've put in a lot of effort into this video and I hope I could inform you, I could make you smile, I could make your day better. If any of these happened, hell, all of the effort I put into this video was worth it. And yeah, I got nothing more to say. I'm working on some more compilations, of course they will still be coming. I just wanted to make this Sohei guy since this character grew to my heart. With that, I hope you guys know the drill by now. Watch yourselves out there, okay?